check, check.
Testing, 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 testing.
Wait, can we get someone over here? Can we? Oh, okay. Dude, what is going on, bro? Test. Is this, bro? What even? Dude, what? What? Is it okay? What happened, bro? Should I just tell him? Hey, everyone. Hey, how's everyone doing right now? Are we doing well? Are we doing well? Woo! Are we ready for HackUTD? Well, I hope that Ready can wait, because I'll be honest. I'll be so honest. We're running into a couple of delays right now, so you might need to give us just a second. I'm so sorry. We'll get the ceremony started shortly. Please be patient with us while we get this figured out. We've got a quick delay. Please be patient with us. I'm so sorry. We'll get started shortly. Thank you so much for coming, you guys, but please be patient. Bear with us.
Dude. Dude, where is he? 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes, man. Out of all the times we're about to show up, man, we have to show the hackers our new swag. I can't even start the opening ceremony.
Someone, I can't find the cards.
Hey, dude, get a grip, man.
I can't find them.
Veer.
We can't start the ceremony without them.
Hey, Veer, relax.
Are we really doing a flashback right now?
I have a package for Veer.
Thanks.
What's the money?
I got you.
Fish.
No way. Dude, look at these cards. These are beautiful. Oh my God, wait, I gotta show everyone. Yo, Josh, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
I gotta show you something. You're not gonna believe what I got.
Yeah, I'll get it to you tomorrow, man. Yeah, whatever.
Huh? What? Are you even listening to me?
Man, dang it, man. Dude, what do you want, bro?
You won't believe what came in the mail.
Dude, I'm gonna send something else in the mail, man.
I got something new we can use for poker tonight.
Oh, poker? Yeah, I would love to, but my uncle's, mother's, nephew's dog just kind of needs help with something.
Well, I'll see you at poker.
I got trips.
Queenie.
No.
Bro, I'm going all in next round.
You're gonna go all in?
But guess what?
What is it this time?
Trust me, it's important. Bro, check out these cards. Use them.
Here, I'm trying to go all in.
Go all in.
Whoa. Damn.
What'd I tell you?
Dude. Let's go show the team, bro.
Yeah,
let's go show the team. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, Purva, how's it going?
Oh, hey Veer, what's up?
Wait, we just got some swag. It's awesome. You gotta see it.
Oh, yeah, I can show that during the opening ceremony tomorrow.
Wait, you don't want to see it now?
I really gotta get these slides done, Veer. You think you can go show Salman instead?
Man, fine. I'll go find them.
Yo, Veer, bro, wake up, bro. Lock in, buddy.
Salman.
Dude.
Where were the cards? I don't remember the cards.
Dude, okay, Veer.
Where'd the cards go?
Where were we last? We were in the SSA, right? I'm pretty sure the cards are still in there. Don't even worry. I'm gonna go find out right now. Yo, does anybody have a deck of cards under their seat? Anybody? Does anybody have a deck of cards? Can you guys check under your seats? Anybody? Does anybody have a deck of cards?
Oh, Salman, wait, I found them.
Oh my God, I knew the cards were in here. Oh my gosh. The cards are here, guys. And guys, if you did not find a deck of cards, do not worry. everybody in this room will be getting a deck of cards this weekend, plus so much more swag, so don't even worry. Everyone, welcome to HackUTD 2024. My name is Salman.
And I'm Purva. And we are the co-directors of HackUTD this year. I cannot wait for you all to see everything that we have in store for this weekend.
And shout out to every single one of you for wanting to spend your weekend with us. I promise you that it'll be a great time and none of you guys will regret it.
I want to take a really quick moment to thank our amazing officer team. They have put in months of hard work into making sure that every single little detail of this event is well planned for. So let's get a round of applause for them because it would not be possible without them.
And guys, we have an exciting event planned for all of you guys, jam-packed with workshops, challenges, sponsors, and most importantly, prizes. We truly hope that everyone gets a chance to learn something new, meet new people, and make some great memories this weekend.
And with that, let's move on to our opening speaker for the morning. Real quick, how many of y'all watch anime?
Yeah! Well, what if I told you that our speaker is the person who brought anime to the United States, and he founded Funimation?
Well, he started out just like us as an engineer for IBM until he started his company Funimation in 1994. He was the CEO of Funimation until 2019 after selling it to Sony Pictures in 2017. He's now retired and spends time as an advisor and investor. Without further ado, please welcome Gen Fukunaga to the stage.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay with this? Okay? Awesome. Well, thanks for attending, guys, and thanks for UTD for inviting me to be keynote, and all they gave me was this crappy t-shirt. No, it's a great t-shirt. It's a great t-shirt. So they wanted me to start just real quick. Let's dive into it. Want me to start with my background. So basically born in Japan, grew up in West Lafayette, Indiana since age 4. Went to get my master's and bachelor's in electrical engineering from Purdue University. Then off to Boca Raton, Florida at IBM to design computers for IBM. Back in the 80s, that was where the IBM PC had recently been created. And then because I didn't like being such a pure techie, I really had a passion for business. I went off and got my MBA from Columbia University up in New York City. And then after that, Accenture, strategic management consulting for Accenture. And then went to Silicon Valley, to Cupertino, where I worked for Tandem Computers. It was a, what they call a chief of staff type position where you work for one of the top executives to help run their division, and then in 18 months, they pop you out to go run something. So I did that. In 18 months, I was product managing their software, a lot of their software products for Tandem. But what I realized was, you know, the computer industry moves really fast, changes quickly, and I saw that Tandem was not in the right position to succeed over the next 3 to 5 years, and so I decided, okay, I got to leave. Let's find maybe a startup this time because I'm very entrepreneurial. Decided, you know, what high-tech startup could I jump into, but then instead I started Funimation. So. And you may wonder, what? You know, what are you doing? That's what my dad said, actually. So, you know, anime, I mean, Japanese anime, what's that? Anyway, what happened was that in 8th grade, I lived the whole year in Japan and got exposed to all this great manga and anime. And I was now, many years later, when I was looking around for the next job, I realized, like, well, why isn't that stuff here in the US? And so, fortunately, I was able to investigate it all while taking a leave of absence from Tandem. And so I didn't have to quit. And so what I figured out was that, well, fortunately, my uncle is a well-known producer, director in Japan. And so he was famous for example, he produced and directed some of the famous Power Ranger movies and such. And so he introduced me to the animation division in that major studio he worked for, Toei Animation. And so I met with their agents in Hollywood and you know, and had hundreds of titles. And I said, well, yeah, but which one is your most successful? And they said, well, Dragon Ball Z, you know? And so maybe I should have just ducked and covered my ear or something like that one, sorry. Anyway, so I said, well, that's the title I want, you know? And they said, well, hell no, you're not getting Dragon Ball Z. It's made several $1 billion overseas and other territories and blah, blah, blah. They're not going to give it to a startup. But over time, and thanks to help with my uncle and these agents in California, basically Hollywood had completely rejecting anime, and they didn't want to hear about it, see it. So it was very much a not invented here kind of mentality there in Hollywood for animation. And so they finally gave up on and said, okay, well, this guy's willing to pay a bunch of money to us to license all the rights for Dragon Ball, so let's go ahead and give it to him, let him have a shot at it. So that's what happened. Put together a business plan, and fortunately, good friends of mine, a family, the Kokenauer family out of Decatur, Texas, financed the whole seed capital. And honestly, we never took a penny of debt or equity dilution after that before we sold it the company the first time. So the main business plan came down to this. Hollywood had two significant issues. One was on original content, original non-sequels. They really didn't know if they were going to hit a single, a double, a flop, or a hit. Well, so we said, well, then we're going to take something that's already made a couple $1 billion across multiple territories, and we'll just take a hit to begin with. And then the other problem Hollywood has is to take that shot into the market costs a lot of money, you know. And so we said, well, we're going to acquire the titles for 10 cents on the dollar, and that solves that issue. So that's how the basics of the business plan began. The other thing that we figured out about anime is, you know, you're in the content business, and content business means content is king. That's really a fundamental part of the content industry. Well, we realized that the anime market was going to constantly generate innovative, great, new content all the time. And why did we know that? It's because we realized that it's similar to why does a small little country like Canada keep producing good hockey players, professional hockey players? It's because the entire, you know, athletic, you know, sports industry there is pushing all their top talent toward hockey instead of football, for example, like it is in the U.S. And so you get a lot of the talent pushed toward that area, and you get lots of great hockey players. Well, it's the same in Japan. A lot of the talent for creative work and content is driven by manga, the comics, as well as anime. So you have a huge, rich country like Japan pushing a lot of talent that direction, and guess what happens? Tons of innovative product, a huge competitive pyramid where you start out in your garage making a manga, let's say, and eventually get funded to get into a magazine, and then get into an anime, and by the time you're near the top of that pyramid, it's so competitive that you get this great content. And so, and that's remained to be true for decades, and we didn't think the entire culture of Japan would change, so we felt we were on solid footing. So eventually, now, if we look at 2024 now, Funimation basically helped create the whole anime industry. It's become very mass market, as you know. Lots of entertainment industry. Hollywood copies a lot of what's in anime now, as you know. Everything from the styles of the cartoons to the storylines to all sorts of aspects of even Japanese cultural items are creeping into the Hollywood as well. So that's great. So, just in terms of numbers, after Sony Funimation bought Crunchyroll, we have probably over 90% market share of the anime industry in North America, probably over 80% in Europe, 95% in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, and a lot of growth in Latin America, and they're breaking into India now. So, what was sort of our path there as a company? Well, with most startups I've seen that are really successful, somewhere along the line, whether it's your first product or your 10th product, you got to have a hit. I mean, startups by definition are small, undercapitalized, and under-resourced things that all the big boys want to just crush. And so, you know, if you don't have a hit, it's really tough. If you don't have DOS, or if you don't have, you know, it's tough. And so, so we had Dragon Ball Z. So obviously, that's a hit. But for the software industry, you know, we've done a lot of venture capital. I've done a lot of venture capital. And in the software industry, you know, you really have to solve a real problem for your customer. You know, you really have to, it has to almost be like, duh, you know, I should have thought of that. I mean, if you're just making a 10% improvement to your customer base, as a startup, I wouldn't even bother. And then, honestly, the other thing I've seen as a venture capitalist is then when people make a better mousetrap, they think they can charge more for it. And that's actually not really true. In the consumer product industry, you can, but not in the software industry. You got to get out there and get market share. Obviously, if you can get that sustainable differential advantage and build a great moat, then you suddenly become something investable for venture capitalists. Of course, venture capitalists want to see things that can explode, so they're not really interested in things like service or work for hire industry type companies, of course. So we had our hit, and we had a differential advantage because we had the exclusive on Dragon Ball Z, so nobody else can have it. So our biggest milestone, tipping point came when there was a newish growing cable network called Cartoon Network that picked us up. And in those days, without the internet, the only way you're going to make a hit with animation was exposure. You had to get television exposure, particularly. So that was huge, and they were probably only in like 50 million TV households back then, but they promoted the living crap out of it as soon as they saw they had a huge hit on their hands. And so we rode that wave, they rode our hit, and they grew to 85 million homes or whatever, and it really made our company, honestly. And they're still great partners with us today. So that does bring me to the fact that a lot of startups I've seen, they really do need a good set of JV or partners. Partners and JVs are very, very important for early stage companies. They add a lot of credibility, or they add an element you can't do, like in this case, distribution. And so I feel that it is one of the critical elements of making it more likely to succeed as a startup. And then after we had Dragon Ball Z as a hit, some of the best things we did was we started to vertically integrate into parts of that industry, meaning first we brought production in-house. Why? Don't bring things in-house unless you're really going to get a material value add out of bringing something in-house. Otherwise, just subcontract it. But in production, we dramatically brought the cost down to produce the shows and controlled the quality and had the relationships with the talent, which was key because the talent then went out to anime conventions for us and helped market it and all that. So there are a lot of benefits to in-house production. And now, when you look at Funimation today, they are literally producing, or Crunchyroll, today they are now producing over 450 TV half hours, producing and releasing 450 TV half hours every quarter right now. Now, there's no way you could do that kind of volume if that wasn't in-house. Next, we also brought in merchandise licensing. That means licensing out our characters for action figures, video games, all that. Now, there we understood that we're not going to be the action figure expert and the video game expert. Too big a bite to take. So bringing the licensing in-house allowed us to capture those wide margins as being the agent to bring those deals on board and work with those companies. And then the big thing that we brought in-house that really made a big difference to us was home video. So this is when VHS was taking off. And we decided to do our own home video. It was initially licensed out to Pioneer Entertainment. When that deal expired, we brought it in-house. that was huge. In fact, what happened was home video became 80% of Funimation's entire revenue. And it stayed about 80% for many, many, many years, actually, until streaming finally started catching up. And so one of the key things, though, that home video did for us was, like I said, you don't ever want to be a work-for-hire company or whatever. Well, the problem is you don't want to be a middleman company either. Those are tough positions to be in. Our venture group doesn't like ever investing in middleman companies. Well, we were a middleman, right? Because the IP was owned by the Japanese, intellectual property, and we were licensing the rights to distribute it in our territories. And so we knew that there was a potential getting squeezed out where they could go direct eventually. So the home video became really important to us because we built the money-making platform that kept the Japanese out of our markets, because nobody could do the significant distribution. We were in Walmart, Best Buy, everywhere, you know, all that stuff. The marketing, all of the aspects of a good home video company we were doing, and that platform plus the critical mass of content, meaning we were buying from multiple partners in a fragmented market from Japan, that platform gave us the advantage. So the Japanese realized, well, we can't go around that, and that's where 80% of the revenue is in anime, so the platform kept us from ever getting squeezed out. Another big pivot we made as a company, honestly, was that we actually started as a kids company. So people don't realize, but you know, we were distributing Arthur the Aardvark on VHS, for example. We were distributing the entire Nelvana back catalog, actually. So what happened, though, was we saw the writing on the wall there that, A, the kids industry was going to get destroyed for independent studios, because we realized that these new fledgling cable channels called Nickelodeon and Disney and Cartoon Network were going to own the platform where these shows were going to come, and that these studios were no longer going to own their own IPs, but the platforms would just hire them as work for hire because they own the platform to give those shows the exposure. And so we felt that whole market was going to implode, which it did, by the way, lots of bankruptcies, all this other stuff. And so we made a hard pivot away from kids market to the anime market. And so, which is basically teenage to 35-year-olds. And so we made a hard pivot, big change, but it worked for us. Another hard shift we made was when you're making 80% of your money in home video, you know, we realized, well, streaming was is a lot lower margin business than home video, a lot lower margin, right? But, you know, we always had the attitude, if you don't cannibalize yourself, somebody else will. And so we started investing early in streaming, really a little bit of bleeding edge there for us, a little bit of money that it took to get there, but we got there. And now, today, streaming is probably 80% of our revenue. So it's a complete flip-flop. So 80% streaming. Our monthly subscribers pay us probably $1.2 billion now a year in streaming fees. So some of the things we actually got right in building the company, well, it started with a great product, like I already mentioned. And then we kept buying great products. So it was content business, so we really, really focused around the hits. Not about volume, but about, you know, quality. All great companies, from startup to however large you are, it's all about the people. So it's all about great people. It's all about hiring the right people. It's also about honestly, moving on from your C players as well. The C players tend to make your A players unhappy, and C players are why you start putting layers of bureaucracy in your company to measure them, because you can't trust them like A players. And so, you know, getting rid of the C players is just as important as recruiting and keeping your A players. So we were, you know, very focused on the people side. And that also means great culture, because the people help set the culture. Now, the culture does start from the very top, for sure. And I think, and studies have now shown this, but I think that one of the most fundamental things to think about is just start by saying, get a humble executive team. If you're humble, of course you got to get smart, they have to be smart and all that stuff, innovative, all those normal things, but they need to really be humble because no executive can do everything, obviously. They don't know everything, and if you're not humble and you're not listening to your people, not only the layer below you, but as many layers down as your company goes, if you're not listening to all of them, the guys on the ground are really the ones that actually know what's happening, for example. If you're not willing to listen to all those people properly and give them respect for what they're doing in their jobs, that's a way to make a bad company, right? If you don't, so humble executives, we always built ourselves as humble executives. Narcissistic executives often got fired from our company pretty quickly. That was a cornerstone, and honestly, when you get an A player that's also humble, everything else goes right, honestly, from there. They build the right culture, everybody's willing to speak up. I also did a lot of management by walking around, and that helped a lot, of course, because I heard from everybody at every level, but honestly, when everybody knows you're hearing from every level, the people that report to you no longer are going to hide any warts in their division or department because they know you're already talking to everybody else, and if they try to hide a wart, I'm going to catch that you're trying to hide that wart, right? And so, but you got to make it so comfortable for people to not hide warts that you got to take the attitude of, no, it's not a mistake you made, it's not a problem. There are only opportunities in this company. There aren't problems in this company. There are opportunities that we as a team are going to take an advantage of that opportunity and make our company greater. So it's just opportunities, right? So if you go in with that attitude, people stop trying to hide those warts. So, and finally, of course, as a lot of people say, it's always true, only 10% of your work is in strategy, that 90% is all about execution. Execution. Get that execution right. So, so as part of all of this and what I did, that was probably one of the toughest decisions I've ever made in my company throughout the 25 years as CEOs. 2 times throughout the company, I had to let go of nearly all of my executive staff because the team that got me to 60 million in revenue was not the team that was going to get me to 200 million in revenue. The guys that got me to 200 million in revenue were not the guys that were going to get me to $1 billion in revenue. And that's a tough one when they're actually hitting their budgets and they're saying, but again, I got you your 10% increase this year. And you're like, yeah, but we're a small company and we need to double. 10% is nice, but it's your budget. And you're like, yeah, but you're just not that person that's going to get us from 60 to 200. And so, not all at once, but slowly over, let's say, a year to 18 months, I had to replace all of my management once. And these are friends of mine. And then years later, I replaced them all again. So that was probably the toughest thing I had to do, is telling your friends they're gone because they can't get us there to that next level. Of course, we had a lot of struggles as well. First off, every television network rejected Dragon Ball Z. So, and without TV exposure, we were dead. So ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox all turned down the show. And a lot of the things they'd say are things like, well, wait a minute, your shows are they're serial, they're not episodic, meaning the story goes from episode to episode to episode. You can't do that to kids. Kids in America are too stupid. You got to end each episode at the end so they get one full story in each episode. You can't just drag it on. Well, of course, now Hollywood and everybody's, everything's serialized now. That was one big pushback we got. And the second big pushback we got was, but wait a minute, your characters are growing up in this show, Dragon Ball. Like, he gets married, has kids, like, what are you doing? Like, have you ever seen Mickey Mouse change 1 iota? Are you kidding? That's wrong. That's not going to work at all for Dragon Ball. Well, of course, they were completely wrong. I guess the quirkiest response I did get one time was one of the executives said, "The name of your show is Dragon Balls?" And it's not Dragon Balls, it's Dragon Ball Z. No, Dragon Balls? And I said, no, the show is not about Dragon Ball testicles, it's called Dragon Ball Z, you know? And so we got the quirkiest responses sometimes. Anyway, there's very much an odd event there in Hollywood at that time, but we got it to work, Cartoon Network backed us, and off we were running. Another thing that you technical folks will appreciate is, once we got into streaming, as usual, when I knew this from my Silicon Valley days, everything in software takes twice as long and twice the budget. And boy, was that true about our streaming platform as well. And we tried not to, as a startup or early stage company, you want to really focus. So we decided we're not going to be a technology company, we're going to be a content company, right? Great content. So we tried to outsource as much of the tech as possible. I tried to white label other platforms and things like that, but still the struggles with technology are just, I mean, this is the early days. Like, Netflix didn't even launch till 2007. We were trying to build our streaming platform in 2004 and 5, right? And so, I just thought you'd appreciate how difficult some of these technical hurdles can be, and it is true, twice the budget and twice the time frame. And then finally, toward the before we sold the company, one of the biggest things that actually had us decide to sell the company was that anime had gotten hot enough that Netflix and Amazon just jumped in full force into the anime market. So they started outbidding us on everything they could. They'd say, "Oh, Funimation's bidding $100,000 an episode. We'll just bid 200, because we're Netflix, And so that did concern us quite a bit as a company. But our brand and relationships we had built with the Japanese were so strong, and we had built a 360 brand management company. So our whole company was focused around a hub and spoke system of the brand managers being in the hub, and then having the services of home video distribution, streaming, whatever, as in the spokes. And so whenever we had a really big hit title like My Hero Academia or Attack on Titan, those guys, the Japanese would say, yeah, Netflix outbid you, but we're still going to give the show to Funimation because you really know how to really surround the brand with the 360 initiative, and we know it may take you 3 years, but eventually you'll pay us way more royalties than we get in the upfront fee. And so we never really lost any of those big series to Netflix or Amazon. And eventually, after close to about time I retired, they really started pulling out of the market, back from the market, realizing Funimation Crunchyroll is really dominant in that marketplace. There are a lot more struggles than that, believe me, but that's just naming a few. Well, anyway, to wrap this up here, I know most of you guys are young students, and so I guess I'll just give you a few pieces of advice. They never taught me at Columbia, that's for sure. One is that I've heard from so many good people, executives, is people do recommend that your first job or second or whatever, the first job you can get, go to the best company possible with the smartest people possible and work in the department with the smartest people possible. I mean, you are going to learn so much from well-run companies which also tend to attract the smartest people. So that's how you're going to learn. You're young, learn first. I would actually never recommend anybody immediately go to a startup, but that's just my personal opinion. Do that, get some real experience there. Also, it's important for you, especially if you have options, that, they're trying to hire you, but you need to really think about hiring your manager. You need to be interviewing that manager to see if you're going to hire them to be your manager. Because that person is going to be so important to your career and what you learn over the next few years that you want to, always try to tag yourself to the rock star, the winner, right? You always want to follow that guy or girl. And they're also the one that, when they get promoted, they're going to pull you up with them, So make sure you hire your manager correctly. And then make sure you make your manager look good, because a lot of times people always think, okay, what's going to make me look good? What's going to make me look good? But you know, if you make your manager look good, guess what happens? You get promoted. So you got to always put yourself in the other person's shoes in that sense of what stresses the important things that my manager's thinking of and how. Actually, Jimmy Tribeg, the founder of Tandem, told me that similar thing in terms of sales, all right? He said, put yourself in the other person's shoes. When you're making a multi-million-dollar sale, I wasn't in the sales department, but you know, we supported sales a lot of times. You know, he'd say, you know, my sales guy said, dang, we just lost that $5 million bid to IBM, you know. And he would say, and the salesman would, you'd say, well, how'd you lose him? He goes, oh, it was all political, you know, it's just a political loss. And my Tribig would say, all big sales are political, you know, meaning don't ever think a big decision is being made out of any company without politics being involved. It just means you just didn't read the room right. You didn't read the room right, you didn't do your homework to find out what really mattered to that other company and why they chose IBM over Tandem. You know, you just didn't read and do your homework correctly, because every big sale, every big negotiation is political. Another thing I'd say is that as part of making your manager look good and such, I would recommend that you don't go in and you're this wide-eyed kid and coming into your manager says, oh, I have a gut feel on this project. We've got to do this, and I have a gut feel this project's going to work and all that. Good management doesn't work off of gut feel. They work off of evidence-based management. So what I pounded into all my executives and my employees all day long is, in God we trust, everyone else bring data. So you got to have evidence-based. You can't go wild and, you know, wide-eyed and just go, hey, you know, manager, I got this. He's like, oh my God, he's going to roll his eyes, right? Or she's going to roll their eyes. I mean, evidence-based, data-based decisions are key, and we built a whole culture in Funimation based on that. And then the other thing that I can tell you is the world of business works on who you know. Absolutely, positively on who you know. In fact, now at my age here, I actually don't do a deal or an investment unless it's somebody I know. I mean, we're in cliques now, clubs in a sense. I mean, club deals as they call them among the family offices, where, you know, we're not doing deals unless we know the people ahead of time. You know? And so, and my career was really accelerated several times because of who I knew, right? I knew the right professor at the right time, and when Hewlett-Packard comes calling to, you know, Hewlett-Packard in those days, in the 80s, was like the Google or whatever of electrical engineering, right? Well, Hewlett-Packard's not stupid. They go to the top professor at Purdue and say, hey, who should we hire from Purdue, right? They don't go to the students, they go to the professor. And the professor, you know, because of, you know, my relationship, he goes, you ought to pick this guy, right? And it's started from there, you know, when I was in college. And it's every step of the way, it's been like that. Who you know. And so at this convention, find those people that you need to know and get to know them, because this conference is a great place to start hunting those people down. And then finally, my last note is that follow your passion. So when we hire at Funimation, we talk about this all the time among executives, because one of the reasons I left being a purely technical person was I noticed really young that I could compete, you know, head on an intellectual basis with my peers. But the guys that were really trying to be rock stars, they also spend their nights trying to solve that electrical engineering problem, while I was at home reading business books and trying to understand how to do strategy and stuff, because my passion was around business, right? Theirs was around, oh, let me come up with this new formula, blah, 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 right? So if you're not that guy that after basketball practice, you decide you have to make 200 more free throws from the free throw line because you have so much passion around your job and your sport or whatever, you're not going to be able to compete against the superstars. The stars will always beat, those passionate people will always beat you if you want to get to the top. And so we talk a lot at Funimation about hire people with passion about what they're doing. They're the ones that instead of going to a party or watching CSI when they get home, they watch more anime. And so, and they watch all their competitors' anime, et cetera. So anyway, follow that passion. So thank you so much for having me up here. Appreciate it and have a good time. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gen. That was so inspiring, and I truly hope that his words fuel you all to get ready to kick off this hackathon in full force. We truly hope that you will use this weekend to start a ripple and shape the future.
And with this, we want to introduce our MCs for the rest of the show, Josh and Reiki. Huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, Salman. Thank you, Purva.
Can we get a round of applause for our amazing directors?
Hey guys, I'm Josh.
And I'm Reiki. We're going to make sure y'all have everything you need to know to have an amazing weekend.
So show of hands, how many of you guys are first-time hackers? Is this your first ever hackathon? I see you. Yes, thank you so much. Woo!
All right, so this weekend we have over $100,000 worth of prizes, and you have 24 hours to build any project you want. We want y'all to be as creative as possible, and we encourage you to submit to our sponsor challenges as well, which we'll introduce shortly.
So we'll start off with everyone's favorites, some logistics. So the first big resource is the HackUTD website. So go to your profile page, and on there you can find your QR code, which will give you access to all the meals and swag for this weekend.
You can also find our Hacker Pack on the website.
What's a Hacker Pack?
So the Hacker Pack is our site with all the info about what's happening this weekend. It's got food menus, maps, schedules, and more.
So where do I go if I want to know about workshops?
Turn to the Hacker Pack.
How do I submit my project?
Turn to the Hacker Pack.
Meals?
Turn to the Hacker Pack.
Can it help me find a girlfriend?
Turn to the... Ooh, I'm gonna be so real, Josh. Nothing can help with that. But
Okay.
it will tell you where the help desk is, so...
Ooh, okay, yeah. Anyways, speaking of where things will be, our announcements are going to be all through Discord. So you can use this to reach out to mentors, other hackers, and our sponsors.
So to recap, the 3 most helpful resources this weekend are the HackUTD website, the Hacker Pack, and the Discord, all of which you can find on the slide, so go ahead and take a picture.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, shoot, I meant take a picture of the slide, but a pic of us is cool too. All right, guys, so make sure you're wearing the badge you got when you checked in at all times. This is super important. It allows us to identify you as a hacker, so you're able to get food, swag, and attend workshops.
And if I catch you without a badge, I'm kicking you out. Nah, I'm kidding. I just want to let you come to all of our amazing events. So firstly, at 12:30, we have our team building event.
And then we'll have our company workshop starting at 1 p.m. Each company is talking about some very useful topics, so be sure to attend as many as you can.
Then your first big deadline is at 11 p.m., so please make sure to register your team on DevPost.
Then we're going to close out the night with our big Minute to Win It event. Come out with a team and go head-to-head to see who comes out on top.
All right, y'all, who's pulling an all-nighter? I know some of y'all are. Let me see, who is it? Yep, yeah, y'all are. I know you're already planning on it. But please keep in mind, we do have quiet hours from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. And for the rest of you guys, we have designated rooms on the 2nd and 4th floor to sleep in.
Okay, for my all-nighter crowd, we're going to have a lot of different energy drinks that you're going to want to try. However, please be mindful of your caffeine intake. Be safe this weekend.
Then hacking will end at Sunday at 12 p.m. sharp, so please make sure you submit by then.
All right, guys, let's break the hackathon stereotype this weekend. Showers are going to be available on the 1st floor of ECS West. Yep. And then hygiene items are going to be in every single bathroom and at the help desk. So please utilize those resources.
Please. Now, everything we've been talking about would not be possible without our amazing sponsors. So, without further ado, let's welcome our amazing sponsors to share their challenge statements and see what you could be building this weekend.
It is with great honor that I get to introduce our title sponsor. I would like to welcome to the stage Geeta, Senior VP from PNC Bank.
Hello. I hope you can hear me well. Good morning. It's fantastic to see all you bright faces this morning. I hope you had some good rest last night, so you're ready for the challenge today. I am Geeta Mahesh. I am the head of Retail Architecture, Innovation and Strategy for PNC Bank. I'm sure you've heard of us. We're the 6th largest bank in the country. Thank you. Okay. So to set some context, I'm going to be giving you some lessons learned that I have from my career of 25 years. Before you do any fuzzy math, I did start my career when I was 8 years old. Now, that was just a bad joke. I was not a child prodigy or anything. And then I'll go to my problem statement. So to start off, first lesson is actually a very simple but pretty profound on your impact as well as how you can build your brand, right? It's very simple. Show up. In 1910, President Roosevelt made this beautiful speech on the man in the arena. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena. Not just man, right? Anybody, the one who is in the arena, right? Who's putting in the effort, who's putting in the sweat and the blood. And credit does not belong to those on the sidelines or on, if you're a critique, right? And in today's work life, it's very easy to be on the sidelines. Like you don't have to show up to work, you can work from home, like you don't have to participate on meetings, like you can be, on your phone, you can be distracted. Don't do that disservice to yourself, right? Participate. Show up to work physically, mentally, build those relationships. Those are the ones that take you all the way up through your career. Build those relationships with your mentors, with your managers, with your peers. Build those relationships starting now. And if you have to pitch in an idea, if you're invited to a meeting, if you're asked to solve a problem, once you know the problem statement, once you've solved 80% of it, socialize that idea. Like if you are pitching an idea, make sure you get the consensus before you pitch that idea. So you know what, you have a lot of cheerleaders who already participated in giving you that feedback. It's as much their idea as much as yours, right? So make sure you build those relationships. So first thing is show up and put in the effort. Second lesson, right? So now that you're putting the effort, you need to know where you're putting that effort. Right? So the second lesson is get in the steering wheel of your life or your career. Again, in back to work life, you can keep doing busy work. You can keep doing it, and you can keep yourself busy 60 hours a week, 40 hours a week. You can keep yourself very, very busy. Again, you know what? Find intelligent ways to handle busy work. Find the time to do projects that excite you, projects that really delight you. Make sure you find the time to get those projects out. Another way, getting in the driver's seat, kind of manifest in your career is when you have to make decisions, when an opportunity presents itself. Right? Do you take that opportunity? Do you take that job opportunity? Do you take that parallel move? When it comes to these decision making, getting in the driver's seat really helps, right? And I'll give you my bottom line on it. There are no perfect job opportunities or there are no perfect positions, anything like that, right? You are making that decision based on the data points you know at that point of time. So don't beat yourself up on a decision you made like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Hindsight, you can connect all of those dots and say, wow, this person had a fabulous career, or this person had a fabulous life that they lived, right? Your career choices are more like walking on a trail, no GPS, no maps, and you've never been on that trail ever before. So you're taking step by step, you're watching each step so you don't stumble, you don't fall down. Once in a while, you have to look up see the forest, enjoy the view, and of course, you need to know if you're directionally going in the right direction. And I do this exercise like the last 2 weeks of the year. Usually, I look at it and say, it's more like a reflection time. So I see what did I do this entire whole year? Where am I in my life? Where is it that I want to go next? What is it that I need to learn? Or to make sure I'm ready to take on my next steps. So I do that reflection the last 2 weeks of the year. Okay, so now you're doing the effort, you're showing up, and you're also in the driving seat. Let's talk about the last one, the most important one. Let's talk about the how, right? For some unknown reason, I think mankind, like each one of us, is on this impossible mission to like fix each one of our imperfections and all of our weaknesses. Like, why? I say focus on your strengths. Play to your strengths, right? In school, from K through 12, you get an exposure to a lot of subjects, right? You do science, you do math, you do geography, you do history, you do a whole bunch of subjects. You kind of know what you like. Your internships, your school projects, hackathons like these help you in two things. One, it helps you figure out what you like to do. And the second thing is it also helps you figure out what you're good at. When you become good at what you like to do, then that becomes your strength. Let me say that again. When you get good at what you like to do, it becomes your strength. So when a new opportunity comes your way, make sure it's something that you love to do, it's your strength, at least 60 to 70% of the job, right? 30%, 40%, you do boring work, you do things that you don't like. That is life, right? So make sure you focus on your strengths. Now, weaknesses. When you're younger, you can definitely work on it. When you get to a certain age, you know what your weaknesses are, right? And that's it. There is a third thing. The third one is called your blind spots. These are neither your strengths nor your weakness. A good mentor, a good boss, and that's why these relationships matters, right? Your good friend can help you see those blind spots. And you have to make sure you keep that in mind, right? Like these are your blind spots when you're making decisions. So again, to go back, put in the effort, show up. Second, get in the driver's seat of your own life. And third one, pick projects, pick opportunities that showcases your strength. I'm sure this kind of helps you build a career or carve a path that's uniquely your own, right? With that, I wish you good luck. And let's get on to my problem statement. Okay, I'm going to read from here. I'm sure you can as well. As organizations increasingly rely on data to drive decision making, ensuring a clear understanding of how data is created, accessed, moved, and used is critical for security, performance, and governance. Yet, many organizations struggle to maintain visibility into these data flows, leading to inefficiencies, security risk, and compliance challenges. We challenge you to design an innovative solution that enhances the observability of data patterns throughout its life cycle. Your solution should allow organizations to monitor and analyze how data is created, accessed, moved, and used with business context. This is a great challenge, and I hope you pick it. Of course, you can also be motivated by the prizes. Nothing wrong with that. First place is a Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart as well. Second place, Apple AirPods Pro. And third place is a JBL Clip Portable Waterproof Speaker. Thank you so much. Let's get ready for some coding, a little bit of chaos, and a lot of creativity. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, guys, thank you so much, Geeta. Thank you so much. Can we get one more round of applause for PNC for being our title sponsor? Next, I would like to bring on our platinum sponsor. I would like to bring on Kyle from Pinata to the stage.
Hey everyone, I am Kyle Tutt, co-founder and CEO of Pinata, and we are the internet's file API. So what does that mean? We make it really, really easy for you to build your applications that need to manage files. So instead of using something like AWS S3, you're going to use Pinata instead. We make it very fast, very simple, and very, very easy to manage your files for your application. As far as why we're here, obviously we want you to use the API that we have, but we were actually founded at a hackathon. So my co-founder and I competed at hackathons many, many times and get a lot of joy out of being at hackathons, competing at hackathons, and then ultimately sponsoring hackathons. And as you're going through the hackathon this weekend, be sure to obviously enjoy it. Do get some sleep. I recommend sleep personally. But as you're building, just have a lot of fun. If it goes on to be a company like Pinata one day, that's great. But otherwise, you're just trying to learn, obviously expand your technical capabilities, and just build something new. As far as we can go to the next slide, challenge statement. So yeah, we make it easy for file storage and retrieval, incredibly simple, freeing you from the complexity of AWS S3 setups and tricky IMA policies. We're challenging teams to unleash their creativity and build the most unique, game-changing, full-stack application using only Pinata. So no external databases allowed. We have capabilities where you don't even need to build with databases. And if you need help with that, come talk to us at the booth, go to our Discord, or go to the Pinata channel in the HackUTD server, and we'll be able to help you out there, as well as go to docs.pinata.cloud/HackUTD. There's plenty of information there. And then just show us how you can push boundaries and create something that truly stands out. With that, the final thing I want to do is actually get a selfie with all of you, if that's okay. Yeah? All right, I heard you guys can do a pretty fun thing, and we're going to do whoosh on 3. 1. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. Appreciate it. Have fun, and thank you for using Pinata.
All right, thank you so much, Kyle, and thank you, Pinata, for sponsoring. We would now like to present our gold sponsors. Starting us off, I would like to bring Shreya, a previous HackUTD lead from EOG Resources, to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreya. I'm a UTD alum, former HackUTD organizer, and currently a data scientist at EOG Resources. If you've never heard of us, EOG is the 3rd largest energy producer in the US, and we're so excited to be here. I first off want to start off by saying I'm so proud of all the HackUTD organizers and all the work they've put into making this event happen, all the sleepless nights they've gone through to make sure you have one sleepless night. So super proud of y'all and so excited to see everything you've put together. For EOG at HackUTD, we have a challenge statement and a workshop that you can read on the screen, but all we really want is we hope you come stop by, ask us some questions, and hopefully learn something new. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shreya. Next, I would like to bring on Arjun and Atta from CBRE. Woo!
Testing, cool.
Test. Good morning, UTD. My name is Adam, and I'm a software engineer at CBRE Investment Management.
And my name is Arjun, and I'm also a software engineer at CBRE. So CBRE is the #1 commercial real estate business in the entire world. We have clients all over the Fortune 100. We actually serve like 95% of them. I just learned this today, so that's very exciting. And our company is global, but our headquarters is down 75, so you guys can come check us out there. our challenge statement. We want you to build a web or mobile application that assists our US property managers to operate more sustainable office buildings for our teams, resulting in cost saving and reduced carbon impact.
For the prizes, we have for the first place $250 Amazon gift cards. For the second place, it would be $150, and third place we have a $75 Amazon gift card. Also, we will be hosting a workshop later today at 4:30 p.m. So feel free to check that out. We will be discussing a little bit the infrastructure of our cloud to host all of our software. And next slide, please. Thank you. We also would love to invite you to check out our summer 2025 technology internships. We would love to have your talent join our company. And actually, we only opened up these applications for the hackathon, so they will be closed by Monday. So please stop by our booth and check out all of the available positions we have. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, UTD, for organizing this. It's so nice to sponsor this event. Have fun, and looking forward at all the great innovations you guys are be doing. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Arjun, Atta, and CBRE. Next, we would like to welcome Shona from Infosys to the stage.
Hey everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Shona, and I'm the head of InStep Americas, which is Infosys's internship program, now in its 25th year. Let me answer the first question you probably have, which is, what is Infosys? So Infosys is an IT services and consulting company. We are based in India, but do about 60% of our business in the United States. We made around 18 billion plus revenue last year. Our headquarters is just down the street in Richardson. You could stop by the CBRE office and then roll on over to ours if you just want to make a tour. We have over 300,000 employees in over 50 countries, many of them right here in Richardson. We also serve lots of clients like American Express, Nike, Pfizer, Morgan Stanley. And what I'm here to talk about is our internship, which is the top-rated internship in the world for 5 years in a row, which we are keeping open just for your applications. Next slide, please. So let's talk about our challenge statement. Infosys is on the cutting edge of leveraging generative AI to create innovative products and solutions. Develop an RAG-based intelligent smart knowledge assistant for the financial services industry. Solutions should use the agentic framework and should be capable of autonomously retrieving updated and contextually relevant information from multiple sources and generating concise, accurate responses. Now, if that is a lot for you, as it was for me to read, don't worry. We have a workshop today at 5:20 on generative AI, agent frameworks, which will really help you with this challenge. Next slide. Let's talk about our prizes. The first is obviously the Apple AirPods Pro 2 for every member of the winning team, but the more important prize from our perspective is you would get fast-track consideration for our internship right here in Richardson. It's valued over $8,000. You would be working with the top technologist at Infosys in this country, and you'd get to network with top engineering students like yourselves, top technology students from all over the world. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much, Shona, and thank you so much, Infosys. Next, we would like to welcome Vijay and Hari from Goldman Sachs to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Vijay, and I lead the internal audit engineering team within Goldman Sachs. And this is my third year at HackUTD. And I've seen the progression over years, the way you have organized the number of people participating. I'm also happy to see people like Shreya, who were like some of our participants and organized these events and have graduated to become sponsors. So I have Hari with me, and we'll get started here.
Good morning, everyone. So glad to be here. And we are from Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs been around for 150 plus years. So we are the #1 investment bank. And the question is like, why are we here? right? Like, so though we are an investment bank, every single division that we have in Goldman Sachs has an engineering division part of it, right? So 10 years back, right, like, you know, technology was not a big thing in finance. But now, without technology, there is nothing that can be done without you know, engineering solutions in the finance world, right? So we have here to basically automate and use our you know, innovative solutions to make the finance world as you know, better as possible, right? So that's the main reason why we are here. We are looking for you know, engineers who can basically come and make our day-to-day lives better. And you know, we also have a booth here. Please come and talk to us. We have you know, 20-25 internship positions open, and we are also looking for full-time positions. We have a you know, our office in downtown, Dallas downtown, and we are going to be talking about our new building that we are constructing, right, in Dallas downtown. We are building a new campus, and you know, planning to have close to 6,000 to 7,000 folks over there, right? So it's a huge, you know, state-of-the-art building that we are currently constructing, right? So I'll hand it over to BJ to talk about our challenge statement and our partnership with UTD.
Yeah, before we get there, probably you could roll back. So the construction of our new building, right, it underpins and underscores the fact that we are very invested in this region, especially the talent pool we have had. Like, and I'm proud to say that UTD is one of our biggest like talent pool where we tap in, and a lot of you come in as engineers and you intern with us and end up with full-time offers. So that's very proud thing. We have collaborated extensively with you, in terms of like having a gallery, dedicated there out. So that shows our relationship with UTD and the kind of emphasis we have had on this relationship with UTD. So thank you for partnering with us. Over to next challenge statement. So our challenge statement is that you could develop a website or an application that provides individuals financial services, especially who do not have access to traditional banking or normal banking. And that, yep. Yes, and the prizes we have is AirPod Max, first prize. Second prize is we have Apple TV, and third prize is the gift card. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Goldman Sachs. Now presenting our silver sponsor, we would like to welcome David from Frontier to the stage.
Wow, yeah. Wasn't expecting a cheering section. Hey, everybody, I'm David with Frontier Communications. First, I want to clear up a common misconception. We don't have any airplanes. You didn't fly us here. We didn't lose your bag. If you call us to change your flight, it's probably not going to work. What we do is provide blazing fast internet, fiber internet. And so today, our challenge is going to be around that. We're going to provide you with a whole bunch of data from our customers and our network. We're going to ask you to use AI, ML, AR, LLMs, whatever acronyms you can throw at it, to create an app to either solve some customer problems or to recommend some solutions such as products or whatever. So come by our booth, snap our QR code for the GitHub. We have engineers and IT people on site. We can help you get started. Thanks a lot.
There you go. Thank you. All righty. Thank you so much, Frontier. Next, I would like to bring up Ajmal from Toyota.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ajmal. I'm a technology leader at Toyota. So glad to be here. Such an amazing crowd. Thank you to the organizers. So I'll get into the challenge. So Toyota makes some of the best vehicles in the world, right? So the challenge is build a mobile application to help Toyota employees to analyze, the vehicle fuel economy for the years 2021 to 25. The first prize would be $500 Amazon gift card. Second prize would be $350 Amazon gift card, and third prize would be $100 Amazon gift card. Thank you.
Alrighty, massive thank you to Ajmal from Toyota. Next, we would like to welcome Vasant from Samanova to the stage.
Thanks, UTD. My name is Vasant from Samanova, and Samanova is an AI hardware company that has built an AI chip that makes you have insanely fast inference for any of your generative AI workloads. You can see an example of that on screen. So for our challenge statement today, What we're looking to do is speed and efficiency are kind of core principles to everything that we do at Samanova. And so we want you to be using generative AI that we provide for free through our API service to build an app that improves your productivity. And I think you've seen several other challenge statements that are also using generative AI. So feel free to use our services to help solve any of the other challenge statements as well. And we have a couple of prizes that are available for all the students from Amazon gift cards for first, second, and third place. So with that, thank you very much.
Just keeping it quick. Hey, thank you so much to Samanova, and thank you so much, Vasant. Next, I would like to bring on Zerika from Veolia to the stage. So sorry we're going out of time.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Zerika. I'm the Senior Manager of Talent Delivery and Enablement for Veolia. We're a global enterprise development company for water energy management based out of Paris. Our challenge for you over the next 24 hours is for your team to design a prototype solution that addresses issues such as smart water conservation, renewable energy integration, energy efficiency in buildings, and the interdependencies between water and energy, or decentralized renewable energy systems. Your creativity and technology experience that makes significant impact on sustainability, contributions, and sustainable future for all. We have one planet, y'all. Help us save it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zerika and Veolia, for sponsoring. Can we get one huge round of applause for all of our sponsors? Each of them have amazing challenges, and we're so excited to see everything y'all come up with. Just to clarify, however, you can only submit to up to 2 company challenges, so choose wisely. At this time, our sponsors are welcome to leave the ceremony. As they head out, let's take one more opportunity to thank our sponsors again for all the support they're giving throughout this event.
Next, I would love to welcome a huge guest. Can we get a big warm welcome to Maria from Major League Hacking? Yeah, please. Thank you so much. Please.
Thank you so much. So excited to be back here again this year. So, I'm Maria from Major League Hacking. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a UTD alum. I actually organized HackUTD ages ago. So proud to see how much the organizers have grown it since then. I also have Ryan here with me this weekend. You'll see both of us over at the MLH table. I'm about to go over a lot of information. You can check out mlh.link/HackUTD for all of the details about what I'm about to go over. And I encourage you to take out your phones and take pictures of what I'm about to go over. So, want to meet other hackers at other events going on this weekend? Check out discord.gg/MLH. You can connect with other hackers, find other events in the future that are upcoming. Go say hi. So what is Major League Hacking? We're the global hacker community. We work with over 200 events each year with over 1 million hackers just like you. We have a lot that we're doing this weekend, starting off with some workshops later tonight, where at 9:30 p.m. we're going to do a GitHub Copilot. We're going to show you how you can get access to it for free as students and how to set it up and how it can help you. I wish I had this when I was a hacker. It would have saved so much debugging time. We will also be doing an intro to Figma Dev Mode, so you're probably familiar with Figma, used as a tool for design. We're going to show you how to take that design and then convert it into code so that you aren't just using a prototype that doesn't actually have anything behind it. So come to that workshop later. After that, we'll be working with the WeHack team. We have some cute scrunchies and hexagon stickers we'll be giving out. Come to the Tech Together meetup if you're interested in that. And then we have a bunch of digital resources and prizes available this weekend. These do not count towards the Tune Limit Challenge, but we have the MLH Hardware Lab. So if you are going for the hardware challenge that HackUTD has that they're going to tell you more about here in a little bit, check out the Hardware Lab, Raspberry Pis, Arduinos, lots of sensors, components, wires. If you need something, come say hi. We might be able to help you. We also have the best .tech domain name challenge over the weekend. We have codes for a free domain name, HackUTD. Come see us at the table. We have little business cards with those codes on them as well, that code HackUTD. We have the best use of Terraform this weekend. You can win a mechanical keyboard for this one. We have best use of Streamlit. If you're interested in upping your Python skills there, you can win an Arduino kit for this one. Best AI application built with Cloudflare. Check out the link there for some great documentation to get started. And then we have the Sauce Labs raffle. This one's super easy, takes about 5 minutes to do. Check out mlh.link/sauce raffle to do that. Great way to automatically test your code. So, need to see any of those again, go see dev posts, come say hi to me. I know that was super quick, but I also want to make sure you can get out of here and start hacking. On Sunday, we'll have I demoed stickers made specifically for HackUTD this year. Come show us. Your project may not be perfect. It's a weekend. We don't expect projects to be perfect. We want to see what you learned. We want to see what you made. Come show it off. So we'll be giving out those I demoed stickers on Sunday. Can't wait to see all of your projects. And then on a serious note here, by being here, you have agreed to the MLH Code of Conduct. It was a part of your registration. It's listed on the HackUTD website. If you ever need to find this contact information here, if anything happens, come see one of the organizers, come see Ryan, come see me. We are here to make sure everybody has a safe and fun time this weekend. If anything happens, come to us. We will help. Thanks to our partners who help us support all of you, and passing it back.
Thank you so much, Maria from MLH.
All right, guys, we've done a lot of talking up here, and my voice is starting to hurt, so I want to hear from y'all. Who here is still with me?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, do that again. Who here is still with me? Okay, guys, this info is important, so lock in.
Okay, so as you work on your projects and ChatGPT just isn't really giving you what you want, we have mentors available. So please hop on the Discord and utilize those guys.
All right, moving on to DevPost. This is where y'all will officially submit your projects on Sunday. There will be a guide on the Hack portal. A video demo is required, and it can be a maximum of 2 minutes. Finally, please make sure your team is registered on DevPost by 11 p.m. tonight.
Then we'll begin judging right at 1 p.m. It's a science fair style, so judges will be coming to you.
All right, now who's ready to eat?
Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, we got one last announcement. I'm so sorry, but this time, this is the announcement you actually want to hear. This time, here we go. This is our grand prizes for the top winners.
All right, so first we have some tracks to submit to. For the project with the best design, they'll be winning a Fujifilm Mini 12. The best beginner hack will win a 3D printer, and the best hardware hack will win the Anker power bank. Alrighty, now for our top 3 prizes. For third place, you could win a Ninja Creamy. Second place will be winning some Oculus Quest. I know y'all have been wanting these.
And I'm gonna need it for this one. I'm gonna need to hear y'all. Our first place is to receive the newly launched, the award-winning BenQ Artist Series monitors. Come on! Please, BenQ is gonna be set up on the 2nd floor, so please come check those out. And then one last prize. For anyone who's seen the dev post and checked it out, y'all know we got something crazy in store. We are introducing and pioneering our brand new mascot this year. But we need your help. We need you guys to support us, and we want you guys to be a part of this process. So please, we'll be announcing on Discord to vote for the name of our brand new mascot. You could either name him Gubby, Tofu, or Pollo. So come out on the Discord. We'll be having those voting links, and you can vote on the name of our new mascot. Then, to give this guy a huge warm welcome, we are going to be having our big whatever HackUTD stands for, the most creative project, the most innovative project that we see that stands for what HackUTD means. We'll be getting I need a drum roll. I need a drum roll. Let me hear it. You will be receiving a brand new MacBook Air M2, let me hear it!
Alrighty, guys, on a bit of a more serious note, please make sure that you are following the MLH Code of Conduct this weekend. We want everyone to feel safe and included, so if anything does make you uncomfortable, guys, listen up. Please reach out to one of our MLH representatives or any of the organizers. All right, this just about wraps up all of our information. We want you to use this weekend to make friends, build relationships, and most importantly, have fun. We'll have several amazing events planned for the next 24 hours, and this is your chance to make some amazing friendships with like-minded people.
No matter how big or small you feel your project is, please submit. As Maria said, we would love to see everyone submit and learn something great out of this weekend.
All right, this weekend, let's make sure that we start a ripple and change the future.
Well, Ricky, I don't know. I'm about to say my tummy is rumbling. I am hungry.
Well, okay, Josh. Well, great timing because lunch is happening right now. For
So
real
stay
this
put.
time.
Stay put.
Okay, that'll conclude our ceremony, but please stay put.
So we'll be having our ushers. Ushers, can we raise our hands? We'll be having our ushers guide you on how we're going to be leaving. Follow them out, and we'll be leaving organized. We're leaving out of this door right here. Guys, thank you so much, and happy hacking. Thank you so much for coming out, y'all. Stay seated, y'all. Please stay seated and follow our mentor. Please, please, please. Stay seated. Let's leave organized. You are not an exception. Please wait. Please, please, please help us out. Yo.
Let's go.
Yo, Ryan, yes, sir.
Oh, wait, I gotta get it.
No, we gotta give it. Dude, I'm hyped for the workshop, bro. Yes, sir.
That opening ceremony was.
Oh, yes, sir.